Uh, Thanks, Rini. Pretty sure that I did all through Streamlabs. Probably even better if I was on this in the first place instead of still on the starting stream screen. Also, shout out each Rini. Now let's get started with this last case. Hey, Kyrie. Shout out at Kyrie. But now, quick recap. We finished with the fourth case, in which we found out that the true yeah, and yeah, and I had to get back to streaming anyway, so so as a makeup for missing Monday, will be the last case for this. So now let's get into the final case of the first game. Also, let me know if the game is too loud. Let's bring desktop audio down to there because it did seem a little loud even with turning down my regular volume. Sweet. It's been 2 months since Maya left the office. 2 months without a single trial. I've had offers, but none I took. That is, until the day that girl showed up. February 22nd, 10:02 a.m., Wright & Co. offices. Why do I come here to the office every day? Billy! So... it is oil bump. It's not like I want to work. There you are, finally! Where have you been? My sister's trial is tomorrow. Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am. It only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney Mia Fey. Oh lord, no. Also, huh? Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? I'm sorry, but Miss Mia Fey no longer works here. So you are the coffee boy. I'm Phoenix Wright, a defense attorney. Right. Wait! You're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworth murder case? Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere. Please! I'm out of time. But, please, you have to help. It's my sister. Maya? Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma. Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. Scientific investigator? Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator? Yes, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just you seem kind of jumpy, or maybe just young? Young? I'll be 16 years old this year. Renji! Shut up. Shut out it, Renji. Also, you're currently 15 and you're studying to be a scientific investigator. Sweet. Oh, I see. Wait, only 16? I'm set to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. My work is becoming well known, at my age no less. So what exactly is your current position then? Well, legally speaking, I guess you call me an 11th grader. So you're still in high school? But I'm ready to do my job, at my age no less. Great, another future professional in training. So what's this about a case? You said the trial's tomorrow? My sister didn't do it. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't. So it's a murder case. I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact. And there's a witness. Just talk to her. You have to talk to her. Right. I suppose I will. I promised her I'd bring Mia Fey, but... That's interesting. How would she know Mia? So you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up, then? Excuse me? I'm not a child, I'll have you know. You are 15, you are still a child. Still, it's good to have a goal, albeit a very unusual one. I believe investigations should be done scientifically. Don't you? Yeah. Sure can't falter for a lack of enthusiasm. If this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared. Your sister? I've been doing research, you know. I'm developing a new scientific method of case investigation. Thank you. Dang it, potato. And first time for a new character for the first time. I'll show you when I'm done, Uwu. I'm looking forward to it. I guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. My sister asked for Mia specifically. This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school. So they went to the same school, huh? She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. And well, I need one. Incidentally, Mia is a woman. Now that you mention it, I guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's. Oh, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. Well, right then clipped, of course. Uh, Be gone, bot! Well, actually, when she gets like she is now, I kind of hate her. Huh? Even in Seth. Shut out its teeth. But, but she's my only family. Your only family? What about your parents? They died in a car accident when I was little. Oh, I'm sorry. February 22nd, Detention Center Visitors Room. I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. God, I thought I told you I didn't want visitors. Sorry, ma'am, it's just your sister. No excuses. Or did you not want a raise this year? Understood, ma'am. What was that all about? Hi, Lana. Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing? Look, I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and you still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. I'm sorry, what exactly is it that you do? My name is Lana. Lana Sky. I'm the chief prosecutor for this district. You're a prosecutor. And the chief prosecutor, so wouldn't this make her Edgeworth's boss? Two sisters, one a lawyer. Could this be a coincidence? Emma, Lana, I mean, they're just like... Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? There's something you should know from the start. Which is? The suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. Huh? Wait, but the suspect... The suspect is... Me. I did it. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st at 5:15 p.m. That's quite specific. It was in the witness's deposition. The witness clearly saw me committing the crime. That was a bit of bad luck, wasn't it? The crime took place in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. The prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car trunk. Classy. I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed, as it were. Well, that's just great. So who was the victim? An investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is detective. A detective? Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. By you. Death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Uh-oh. What, Mr. Wright? What does it mean? Well, it means the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. Oh boy, and I think I know who the if I remember right, I know who the prosecutor of this case is going to be. They will use any means necessary, any means at their disposal to do so. This case gets worse and worse with everything I learn. So you're the chief prosecutor? That is correct. Yeah. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job, and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. That's an awfully large nutshell. Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. Huh? In fact, it seems impossible you wouldn't. Lana? What happened to your hand? Oh, this? I cut myself by accident. When I stabbed him, that is. Huh? I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in the class ahead of Maya, wasn't she? Or Mia, wasn't she? You were in school with Mia, correct? A few years above her? Emma told you that too, did she? Well, why not? I did drag him all the way here from his office. Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia. Hey! It was in law school. I was in my third year and she was auditing the class. She was different than the other students. Different? She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me. Excuse me? Intellectually attracted. Lana was top of her class in school. I was the best there was. Oh. I'm doing pretty good in school too, by the way. Sounds a bit different when Emma says it. Well, Mr. Wright? Excuse me? As you can plainly see, I'm admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say there's no way you can take this case. None. But Lana... Why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself. I know you didn't do it, Lana. I know. So how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana. Mr. Wright? Yes? I believe our discussion here is ended. The rest, I leave to you. You mean you're requesting my services as your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed after all. The case is over. Right, I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Must confess to the crime, yes. But something doesn't fit. It's that look in Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here, and I'm going to find out what. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Huh? About what? My sister, she's not always like that, you know. I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor again. She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everyone liked her. I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. What happened to her? I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she, well, maybe not. Sounds like there's something that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office, shall we? Okay. February 22nd, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. So this is the lot where it all happened. Looks like they're still investigating. Funny, is it funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this? Hey everyone, keep up the good work. Hey, what are you thinking? Well, they are going to be my co-workers 3 years from now, after all. No harm in saying hello. Actually, there is. You know, attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes. I'm trying not to stand out too much here, see? Hey there! You expecting to go... Oh. You expecting to go unnoticed here, partner? Partner? Not the voice... Right, not the one I was expecting. What do we have here? Looks like a bambina got loose from the ranch and is up to no good. Folks gotta learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner. Mr. Marshall! Marshall? Or looks like a sheriff to me. Looky here, Bambina, I know how you feel. But this is my gang's gold strike, see? Strike? This is our claim, our territory, with a motherload of evidence. So you're fixing to mess with what's ours? You'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? You want to? What's this guy talking about? You head along home now. Happy trails, Bambina. Well, Renji, if I remembered about this character, I know exactly who I was going to ask to voice him. Was that, Ombre a friend of yours? Kind of, sort of. Yeah, he's a detective. Who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems. What's this, a wallet? Excuse me, officer. Wait, what are you doing, Mr. Wright? What am I doing? I just found this wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police. I don't believe it. Phoenix! This is real basic. Anything at a crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this. Please, just put it in your pocket. How is that scientific? Sounds like theft to me. I'm called to duty already at my tender age. Yeah, I'll teach you the trick to examine the evidence in detail, okay? By the way her eyes are sparkling, I can tell she's been waiting for this. Okay now, look at the court record. You have to be sure to examine evidence carefully on all sides. Now let's start examining it from every angle. Oh look, I think there might be a clue here. You should check it out with a press of enter. This is an ID card. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID number 5842189. See? Well, isn't scientific investigation useful? I guess, though I don't see what science has to do with it. Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find. I guess I've got to be on my toes from now on. No clues here. Aha! A ladder! That's a step ladder. What's the difference? In scientific terms, please. Scientific, huh? Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright. This all seems so horribly familiar somehow. Here, a phone. Let's see if it works. Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching. Yeah, I can't hear anything. My ears! No, my ears! Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure. What's she babbling about? Hey, what did you just say? See, you can hear just fine. The phone's broken. Well, no time to waste. Let's get hunting for clues. I wonder what this is. Well, partner, looks like you've got no intention of going home quietly. The sheriff. Like I said before, this here's our claim. You'd best be moseying along, unless you're fixing to bite the bullet. That's scary. Could you just tell us one thing? Who owns that car? Well, the little filly's got a good nose on her. You want to know about who rides the red Mustang with the body in her saddle, eh? Please? No problem, partner. About time for victuals anyway. Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the prosecutor's office. Might just find you a cerveza you like. Prospector's office? Where's this guy think he is? And when, for that matter? Note to self, look up Fiddle's Saloon Cerveza. Maybe we should check out the room 1202, the High Prosecutor's office. In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like, just keep your paws off our claim. Right, great. Great, maybe there's some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out. Excuse me? Were you two all set? Us? Oh, what's this? She couldn't be. You're selling lunches here? This is a crime scene. Hello, half and half, was it? Oh, thanks. And you, sir? Yes? Some crunchy goodness coming at you. Thanks. Interesting way of doing business. This area is off limits to anyone without clearance.
especially passersby, or are you officers? Uh, no, but you don't exactly like the type to have clearance. That's hardly a way to greet someone. Even if my days as the cough-up queen are over. Cough up? Huh? I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on lunch. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned into my eyes. You might say, yes, all the sword secrets. Secrets? Dear me, you are a slow one, aren't you? I'm referring to the murder, the stabbing of that detective. But what? Witness clearly saw me committing the crime. You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about? Please, cough up, Queen, tell us what happened. The name is Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it. Oh, before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels. Yes, ma'am. Yipes, she means it. Somehow I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know that at Just like I know that the daily special on Friday every week is salmon. Destiny was yesterday special for some reason? You're a defense attorney, right? You should know that. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of inequity. Evil ones? Prosecutors. They have no qualms about blackening the name of innocence. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of all. They gave an award for King of Prosecutors. What a farce. I'm pretty sure we can all know who got that award. So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors convention yesterday. I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something foul. Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this, evil? Young miss, mock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the cough-up queen. Ew! The most heinous of all the evil ones, the one they awarded yesterday, was in his car that they found the body. Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. Really? Really what? Now I'm totally confused. One thing's clear, this lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. So what exactly was it that you witnessed, Miss Starr? It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel I know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Skye wield that knife so. Her knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end. It was truly a sight to see. You mean you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut still rings in my ears. And the rhythmic beat of Lana Skye's knife. Oh, wait a second, you know Lana Skye? Of course, it's quite a feat, becoming chief prosecutor. How many lunchboxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? She always travels light. Now, why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name? Could we ask you a bit about yourself, Miss Starr? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the Far East. For some reason, the box lunches here are a hit. Why not make lunches here rather than import them? Did you say something? No. Only true connoisseurs can understand. The kind you can only tell someone who has tried General So's Trilobite lunch set. Never mind, you win. I don't even want to appreciate part of a Trilobite's flavor. Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office. Your boyfriend? See the security room over there? The glass-walled booth? I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I dropped in to see him. Since you're here anyway, I guess selling lunches is more important than romance. So to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, Miss Star, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here. Useful analysis. Not. Did you have a bad experience with the prosecutor, Miss Star? I sense some hostility. Hostility? Huh. Perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike, and the bigger they get, the worse they smell. Kinda like 10-day-old clams in the chowder. I wonder if Miss Star was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past. That'd be a sure cause of food poisoning, scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're talking, cough up queen. I thought he was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. A flashy red suit. The Steel Samurai. Tea set. I think we can all figure out whose office this is. This is the kind of room that just screams, I can do the job. Quite a change from your office, really. Thanks. Look, there's a trophy or something here. A trophy? What, that shield? Takes real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever office this is, they must be a real stuck-up jerk. Phoenix Wright. You never tire of prying into other people's business, do you? That voice. Long time no see, Edgeworth. Huh? Ah! Mr. Edgeworth! You know him from somewhere? Of course. I'm his biggest fan. My sister introduced us once and... Right, her sister is the chief prosecutor after all. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk. No, did I? No. It was just Mr. Wright here, Hey, don't blame me. We were just here to investigate a murder case. Murder? A body was found in this nasty bright red sports car in the parking lot. That would be my car. What of it? What? Your car? I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream. So the body was found in your car. Go ahead, say it right. You think I did it, don't you? After you went through all the trouble to help me last year, no less. No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Emma! Wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean...
Wait. So you're the chief prosecutor's little sister, then?
Yes, sir. Emma Sky. It's nice to meet you again.
Now that didn't sound forced at all. Ah, now I remember, you've really grown. I'll admit it was a surprise for me too. To think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprising still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can understand... Wait, what did you say? Lana Sky is the chief prosecutor, the top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow.
You! Mr. Edgeworth.
To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors. You've heard the rumors about me, haven't you? Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident. Well, what? That's crazy! Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life, impossible to stop.
But...
Some of them even go so far as to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Toys? That bronze shield? There's gotta be a story behind that one. Chief Prosecutor Sky, yes. We first worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case.
That's right, I remember.
2 years ago, I wasn't even a lawyer yet. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken.
Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you.
Then why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife.
Edgeworth, why do you even have a knife in the trunk of your car? That's not even a Swiss Army knife. Like, what? At least a Swiss Army knife would make sense to be in the glove box, but why? But why in the trunk of your car? What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon.
To be specific, it was the knife I kept in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. And not that would need a toolbox. Edgeworth? What? Are you sure you didn't do it?
Come on, can't he take a joke? You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright.
I've been wondering, what the heck is this?
It has a big K on it.
Prosecutors. What's that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy.
King of prosecutors?
It's a great honor. They send that shield to the best prosecutor each year. What, so? So that K, that's...
K stands for king.
Yeah, you got a problem with that. I didn't design the thing.
King of prosecutors. Kind of like employee of the month. Only better.
Okay, Edgeworth? You got some explaining to do about this. Not what I clicked on, game.
My, what an amazing bouquet. Just right for Mr. Edgeworth.
No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead. What? Oh no. Oh no, I know who those flowers are from. Wendy. I heard that name somewhere before.
And beside it, a giant steel samurai.
There it is.
Wow, I want one.
Huh? There's something written on the bottom of his foot. Between a rock and a hard place. Wendy.
Wendy, is she Mr. Edgeworth's fiancée?
I don't think so.
Wow, this jacket is even lacier than his usual one. This must be his lucky trial jacket.
Lucky jacket, right.
I've never seen him wear it. I'm sure there's a story behind why it's in a frame. Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture.
She's getting way too excited about this.
Hey, a chessboard.
I'm not too up on my chest, but it looks like Baloo's in a bit of a tight spot.
The red knight has surrounded the blue pawn.
Huh?
Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. And check out that poor pawn. The head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you.
Edgeworth?
Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Edges surrounding a pawn with spiky hair. Nah, it's nothing.
Oh, cute. What a pretty tea set.
I go more for the instant tea bags myself.
Amazing, the drawer below is filled with packets of tea leaves. They're all sorted by place of origin and flavor. Look at this royal blend, one exquisitely splendid concoction.
There's such a thing as taking a hobby too far.
Whoa, these are all case files. They're stacked up to the ceiling. There's even a ladder.
Odd. I thought Edgeworth wasn't good with heights.
He must have someone get them for him.
Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe?
He must study these case reports so closely. He's so cool.
You wouldn't say that if you saw him spraying bullets up on that ladder. A work desk. It's quite tidy as one might expect.
What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection.
Strange. Why'd I just picture Detective Gumshoe?
Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir.
Don't. He'll sue you. Say, Edworth, I was wondering about this.
Mr. Wright?
Huh? What?
Are you sure you should be showing that to Mr. Edgeworth?
Oh, he'll take it for sure, won't he?
I wish I could be on the same side as Mr. Edgeworth. But then my sister would be found guilty.
If she sighs any deeper, I'm going to start getting depressed. So basically, this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, Wright. I lost a day of work to receive that travesty.
Huh? Why is that?
I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works, yeah?
I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken?
What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about.
Oh, right.
He doesn't seem too concerned about his award for better or for worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office.
Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday?
Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day at the prosecutor's office.
Cleaning day?
Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transferal.
Wiping your hands off old cases, in other words.
Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield. I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. That's very precise.
People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright.
No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is this solid evidence. A parking stub. This is the parking stub from the underground lot. The murder took place at 5:15. Meaning Edgeworth got back to the office 3 minutes before the murder happened.
So the murder happened right after you got back.
What, right? I'd appreciate if you'd... I'd appreciate it if you took that suspicious glare elsewhere.
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises?
I'm Edgeworth. What is it?
I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Sky? I don't like the way this conversation's going at all.
Sky, sir? No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir.
I think I just heard the Edgeworth's lid blow.
Mr. Edgeworth's lid isn't on very tight, is it?
I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated.
Sir, I'm just following an order, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of your...
Give me your name.
Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Hello, Hello, Magakun. I am Redvampalucard, and I play a lot of anime-related games.
Well, so anime or anime-based. Such as visual novels, such as games like Phoenix Wright here. Right, Officer Meekins. Take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month. Yes, it is. The 5th and final episode of the first game.
But sir, I didn't know. Poor guy, it looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck.
Right.
Yes, sir.
God, he caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now.
Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright.
The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there.
Thanks. He seems to have finally calmed down at least.
Alright, alright, then more with you. Police department.
Phew, we're finally here. Why did they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office?
Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi.
And traffic wasn't even that bad.
The police department, huh? I've only ever been to criminal affairs next door. Hold on, what's that?
Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that?
Oh, wait, I know. This is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot.
Oh, wow, Mr. Wright. You sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar, somehow.
Forget the Blue Badger. Who's that next to him?
Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me.
He sure is running fast over here. Hey, Gumshoe!
Hey, pal, what are you doing here?
That's my line, Gumshoe! Specifically, why were you dancing over there?
What? Well... Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal.
I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Too little too late.
Why not?
Huh? Well, it's just the chief prosecutor has confessed to the crime. She says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and she killed him.
But what if she's not telling the truth?
Yes, well, no. Come on, pal, there's plenty of evidence against her.
But what if the evidence was faked?
Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa! The chief prosecutor's little sister!
Please, just investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically.
Yes, sir! Oh, by the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's a sensitive issue with us these days.
So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe?
Me? Oh, well, nothing, really.
Then you're not busy!
They kicked me out of They kicked you out of criminal affairs. Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean, this time?
Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all.
It's true, we've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being let into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all.
None of you?
I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the badger dance down pat. Thank you for the bits page. Shout out, eat.
Yep. Isn't there anything else you could be doing?
The chief of police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot.
Officer Marshall?
Now I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal! Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself.
Ah, congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken?
Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later.
Apparently he's forgotten.
I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers? Must be because of the rumors. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor's guy to do such a thing? No, wait, I mean, sure, of course someone else really did it. Someone who must have, someone who must have had a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened?
We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth.
I was wondering about that.
What, the Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece. You made this, Gumshoe? The chief threw together some designs and I just did my things, pal.
Nice work.
It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances and dances until the battery dies.
Poor Blue Badger. Fated to dance until he drops.
Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And then I said, hey, you do th I said, and then I said, hey, you do that, your soup will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. I guess he wasn't saluting, he was wiping tears from his eyes. They make a good pair.
The banner here is announcing the crime-fighting campaign.
Nice slogan.
I wonder if they'll be selling fingerprint sets.
I don't think that it's that kind of campaign.
What family wouldn't want a set at home? It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar.
I think most families can figure that out without the extra help. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Hey pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that, you have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Being Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see, Bruce Goodman. Goodman? Sounds familiar. My mistake. Whoa, now I remember. Bruce Goodman! He's the victim! That's what I thought.
So you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe?
So this ID card belongs to the victim. He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman.
Don't you think it's a bit strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it?
Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transferal for a case he handled 2 years ago.
Evidence transferal? Mr. Edwards mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot. And Lon is confessing as much. He's in a tough spot. Again. Again. Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney Hammond.
But Mr. Edwards was found innocent.
Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering, they're practically shouting.
But there's no evidence against him.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to the department higher-ups. So it's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. And that's all I know about it. I'm not officially on the case, you know.
Thank you.
Why aren't you handling the case, Gumshoe? We met the guy who is. What was his name? The guy in the parking lot. That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the Chief of Police. Officer Marshall. Is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try and make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal. If you say so, Gumshoe. Looks like the investigation's still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby.
Oh, still here? Hello? Why is it the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too.
What happened to the security guard? Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange, the guy put in charge of the crime scene. Hey, Marshall. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fadnators to me go right into the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. Maybe we investigate? Gumshoe? Ah, that old cowdog. You holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look where it should say a letter of introduction. It says invitation. Ah, I think you just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. Guess I'd better let you in then.
Thank you, Officer Marshall.
Oh, that's right, he's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me.
Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher?
Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hoot nanny.
Note to self, police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say?
I say I won't be needing this anymore. Slide on over. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort.
Look, something's written on it.
You're right. Let's see. 6-7S, December 2nd. There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. You knew it fell out of his pocket when he was killed?
Well, so, what does it mean, Mr. Wright?
How am I supposed to know?
Note to self, for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright.
I'm sure Edgeworth won't know what this means either.
This rope, is it?
Yep, they laid it out. Laid in the outline of the victim's body.
So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him.
You've got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. This looks like a cell phone.
Scientific analysis would suggest this belongs to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to.
What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Yes. Right, let's check it out. I was not finished with that.
This phone's still on the redial screen.
Redial?
Mr. Wright, most phones keep a record of the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it.
Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you never know with people from your generation.
Whatever, let's just check this phone out. Now to see who the owner of this phone called last.
Note to self, the defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button.
That's the Steel Samurai!
Hey, that song! I know that!
Hey, what's going on over here? Sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on their phone, didn't you? Well, yeah.
Whose phone is this, anyway? It was on the ground over there.
Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prosecutor Sky.
What? It's my sister's?
She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones? Oh, that. Oh. I'm sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. Wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Uh-oh, I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. There was no way that was Phoenix's phone just then. This appears to be the car where the body was found. Looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car.
Quite a luxury car. It just screams, I have money to burn.
Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. And we know this is Edward's car.
This is where the cars leave the lot.
The air on the ground makes it more look like an entrance.
What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit.
Or maybe it's kind of both. Or maybe it's both. Kind of a dual purpose.
Ah, the theory of relativity.
What?
I've got to write this down. Hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know Mr. Relativity? German? Or was he British?
Mr. Relativity. Are you sure that was his name?
Look, a door. This must mean something. I'm not sure that doors mean anything. No, it won't open. A mysterious lock. I fail to see what's mysterious about it. Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more. Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim?
Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific?
Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right?
Well, well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report.
Was my sister involved with the victim in any way?
Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Detective Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all.
Nothing in common?
They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prosecutor.
But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot.
So it seems, like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective? You calling me out. They shoot you for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoe detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me.
But you're a patrolman now. How can you be in charge of a crime scene?
Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime.
That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least.
He's nothing but a sad old cowdog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? That cowdog's been kicked out of this cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just, he don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation?
So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister.
That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prosecutor tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences.
Officer Marshall,
Yeah, Bambina?
how can you say that? You and my sister, you were...
Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gone to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prosecutor's office. Dry wind or ill will. Someone's up to something here, but who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you.
But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them.
If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Babina. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye.
What? My sister?
Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals. Wait, what, you're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there are gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hidden around here everywhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? Been a while since I had to do that.
Brooklyn Rage! I guess we got some clues.
We have an autopsy report and a note from the victim and a cell phone.
So, you think we'll be okay?
Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it.
No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal.
Oh, by the way, Emma,
Yes?
I know that song your phone plays when it rings.
What?
It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids? The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place, your sister called you, didn't she, Emma?
I'm sorry.
Can you tell me what you talked about?
She hung up right away.
I see. A detective is murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. To be continued, and looking at this, we have 20-ish minutes. So we'll get into the 20 minutes of the trial.
How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright?
Frankly, there's still a lot of gray areas.
Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice.
Yes?
The defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they're suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that.
Miss Sky, you
remind me a lot of Mia.
But there is one decisive difference about you and her.
And that is?
You're not a defense attorney.
I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright.
First try without a Fae helping me. No one's going to bail me out of this time. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself.
Let's do this, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way.
February 23rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I have been in a court since his trial. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path that I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unhonorable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot.
Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything.
However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well, then call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. The cuff-up queen. Haven't I seen you somewhere?
You ordered the caviar lunch, right?
Oh, caviar! I never eaten caviar before.
The judge is really wolfing it down. And for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl.
Thanks? Will the witness state her name and profession?
Ah, and you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox?
It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please.
Well, Your Honor, how does it taste?
So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca.
What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like?
Name, profession, now.
Me? The name is Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth?
Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Hurry it up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime.
Your Honor, as Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional.
Oh, what exactly does that mean?
Until 2 years ago, Miss Angelstar was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Starr was a detective?
Ah, I know who you are.
Cough up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see.
Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr.
Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block for the prosecutor's office personnel. Block B is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks.
I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor's spaces, yes?
The crime took place by a car in the back of A block in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot.
And who was this valiant witness?
Why, it was me, Your Honor.
Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime?
Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor.
It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright, I can't agree on principle, Your Honor.
It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining?
If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Starr.
Wait, are they talking about me? Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching.
As you can see, there is no room for doubt.
The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman.
So how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright.
Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy.
The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted.
Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. If I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one.
Laid off?
She was fired? To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless.
Very well, you may continue, Miss Starr.
This boyfriend, he's the detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard.
That boyfriend? You have several.
Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants.
I'll stick with the lunches, thanks.
Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot, in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunch boxes by car? Since I'm in visitor now, I parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. You sensed something, so you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? It felt like, how would you say? Oh yes, it was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds.
I have no idea what that means.
Speaking of detective's intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese.
A young cheese?
A pale white cheese not yet tangy with experience on the streets. A greenhorn.
Then I must be hard yellowed and sharp as a tack.
Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. In any case, there in the lot, I found something stirring in the back of my mind. By garish car, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it?
Indeed it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you are sure it was the defendant?
I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I am certain it was her.
She's telling the truth. We're doomed.
Let's just do what we can. If we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick.
Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness.
You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie.
Huh? Rookie?
Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me.
I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring.
I believe I heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism. I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed.
A photograph? You took this?
The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over, and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck.
Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now?
Thank you for the hydrate, potato. You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs.
Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Uh-oh, that is unmistakably Lana Skye. So what was the defendant doing at the time? Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying.
Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all.
Uh, yes, that's about right.
Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set.
You can't just testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean a person.
Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor.
So the defendant was holding a knife. What then?
Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest.
Tell the court why you didn't try to stop the crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point.
Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late.
Too late?
Yes, the next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon.
I see.
It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it.
You said that before. Anything else?
Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless.
Sounds pretty fatal to me.
What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty?
Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we?
For some reason, having her packing next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that.
And we are back to the beginning. And I don't think I'm going to get this in... I'm going to get past this in 2 minutes. So I am going to call the stream here. Now let's find someone to raid. You know what? I know exactly who to raid. Where the heck is my mobile dashboard? Yeah, well, I guess we're just going to do this. /raid 1 Tom FAW Fox. We are going to raid Tom, who is currently playing the Pokemon DLC, which I'm surprised it is out. So until then, and I will try for more Digimon Survive on Saturday. If not, I will see you Monday for more of this on our normal time. And next Wednesday, we'll be back to Mega Man. So until then, I've been Alucard. I'll see you guys later. Peace!